Assalamualaikum guys, what's up? Abang Bro sini. Welcome to Horror Encounters. Okay guys, dah banyak video kita semua daripada video 1 sampai video 9. So hari ini kita akan sambung cerita tentang NS Stories. Okay, kita dah ada 2 video tentang NS Stories. So hari ini kita sambung yang ketiga lah. Okay, tapi sebelum apa-apa, sebelum kita mulakan cerita kita, jangan lupa like, subscribe dan juga tekan tu notification bell. Okay. Okay, kita dah cerita kemarin bahagian NS tu. Kali ini kita cerita tentang waktu Abang Bro masuk hutan. Kemarin semua cerita Abang Bro so far ada dalam camp tapi kali ini kita waktu itu Abang Bro masuk hutan. Kita semua, there's one exercise, kita berada di sebuah pulau lah, tak payah cakap lah, you all know pulau apa. Okay, so the exercise tu kita kena do some mission, but after mission everything kita kena lepak tempat macam bangunan-bangunan lama tau. Okay, so this bangunan-bangunan lama ni dia macam apa kita panggil fibor, fibor where we can fight in build up area. dia kira bangunan ni macam non-residential, kira untuk mission aja, perang ke apa. So tapi dia ada bilik-bilik semua. So bila Abang Bro dengan Abang Bro punya company semua dah habis mission siang hari tu, dia malam tu siang hari tu kita dah mission, Abang Bro ingat hujan lebat. Jadi hujan lebat tu kerana dia petir-petir, jadi kita punya exercise cut. Dan kita punya exercise cut tu by 5 lebih petang tu kita punya exercise cut terus semua gather at that building. Jadi dia orang kasih kita semua satu section, satu bilik lah. Okay, but ada one whole company, satu section, satu bilik. Waktu kita sampai di bangunan tu lebih kurang 6 lebih petang. Jadi kita sampai, kita dah set up nicely, kita semua bersihkan badan kita. Kita pakai powder bath, you all know powder bath, pakai budak apa tu, budak pedas. Kita pakai powder bath, lepas tu kita tukar baju baru yang untuk kita pakai untuk esok hari punya mission lah. Jadi kita boleh tidur lebih selesa sebab exercise dah cut kan. So jadi bila itu kita punya OC pun kasih kita peluang, okay, you all can talk, you all can have fun. All I know 10 o'clock everyone must sleep. So kita semua one corner dah berbual-bual semua kan, lepak. Waktu dulu semua there's no such thing as handphone or this thing Jadi kita dah habis semua, kita apa tu kita semua nak kena rehat. So by 10 plus tu semua kita naik atas. Dia ada bahagian first floor tu macam where all the sergeant all semua lepak kat bawah. Okay, tapi all the men upstairs, second floor. Dalam second floor tu Abang Bro ingat ada 4 bilik. Satu section jadi kita ada 4 section, section 1, section 2, section 3 dengan machine gun punya section. So machine gun section satu bilik, section 1 satu bilik, section 2 satu bilik, section 3 satu bilik. Tapi kita tak ada toilet. Tu bangunan tak ada toiletnya. Jadi kalau kita nak pergi buang air kecil ke buang air besar, kita kena keluar daripada bangunan tu somewhere dah designated, we have to go. So biasalah pukul 10 lebih semua kita dah lights off. Jadi Abang Bro tidur. Abang Bro dengan buddy Abang semua tidur. Kita dah berbual sekejap, akhirnya kita dah ngantuk, kita tidur. Then about pukul 2 pagi, Abang Bro waktu tu ada jam military watch solid ni military watch. Jadi dia illuminate. Jadi bila Abang Bro sadar tu pukul 2 lebih, actually Abang Bro tak sadar. Abang Bro tersadar kerana ada bunyi. Kau bayangkan tak, pukul 2 lebih kat pulau tu ada bunyi orang azan. Ni Abang Bro ingat balik ni, Abang Bro punya telinga pula, tengkuk punya bulu berdiri ni. Dan Abang Bro fikir, Abang Bro tengok jam, Abang Bro baru pukul 2 suku, around there lah, 2 suku, takkan dah subuh. Kalau ada pun mungkin, kalau waktu subuh pun mungkin ada masjid berdekatan pulau dekat dengan Malaysia kan. Dia Abang Bro fikir balik, macam mana biar ada azan ni, bunyi azan macam orang berazan, takkan radio Abang Bro punya members kan. Okay, kita punya company kita ada 4 Muslim lah. Tapi I believe that kita dah keluar mission banyak kali, tak pernah dengar tuan ada bawa radio ke apa, you know, untuk dengarkan azan. Tapi pukul 2 pagi takkan azan. So abang bro sadar, abang bro ingat jam abang bro mati. Jadi abang bro bila tengok badi abang bro kat sebelah tu sedang tidur, abang bro pegang tangan dia, tengok jam dia. Dua sama time dengan abang bro. Sebab kita semua synchronize. Jadi abang bro duduk menyandar lah. Menyandar, okey. Bila tempat abang bro duduk menyandar, abang bro facing tingkap. So kalau abang bro diri, go to the tingkap, abang bro boleh nampak macam rubber plantation, oil palm plantation. Depan dia ada macam pasir track, kita semua vehicle kita buat itu, then behind dia semua oil palm plantation atau rubber plantation, if I'm not wrong lah. Abang bro macam dia berbaring tu, abang bro menyandar lah kan. Bunyi apa ni? The azan continue. Dan abang bro rasa takkan waktu Malaysia tu azan very early kan? Di Singapura dengan Malaysia pun waktu dia lebih kurang sama. So abang bro fikir balik, wah tak jadi ni. I still believe something is not right lah. Okay, then abang bro pun, since abang bro cakap dia punya azan kan, so nothing is wrong lah. So abang bro tidur balik, tutup mata, tidur balik. Pukul 3 lebih abang bro sedar sebab abang bro punya body kejut. Bro, what? Do you hear something? Then abang bro bangun, sadar. Abang bro dengar lagi bunyi azan. Then abang bro tengok jam abang bro, dah 3 lebih ni. Tadi 2 lebih abang bro dengar. Takkan azan tu tak stop Jadi bila abang bro tengok muka badi abang bro ni, bro, from what you heard? I just heard, then I wake up. I heard earlier about 2 plus in the morning. What is that? Oh, it sounds like a Muslim call for prayers. Wah, if call for prayers, then should we worry? We should not worry then. It's not worry, bro. But then the thing is, now it's about 3 plus in the morning. The prayer starts supposed to be 5 plus. Then he said, then what should we do? What should we do? What can I do? Abang bro cakap dengan dia, okay, never mind. Just sleep. Okay. So abang bro pun baringkan diri, tutup mata. Then dia punya azan tu macam sayu-sayu kan, tapi can hear clearly. Just now 2 plus, now 3 plus. Ni bila abang bro terlelap, bila abang bro sadar, dah pukul 5 lebih, semua bangun. Okay, abang bro ingat cerita ni habis sini. Okay, dah pukul 5 lebih tu bangun, kita semua kena reveille atau gather everybody to start our mission 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, then kita, tapi hujan lebat, 5 plus tu hujan selebat-lebatnya. Then our OC pun datang bincang dengan sarjan semua. Okay, we will postpone to maybe 7 or 8 o'clock. So when the food come, we all can eat first. Jadi bila kita semua dah bangun, macam biasa soldier pun tak ada nak melepak. Kita mesti nak bangun pukul 6, kita siapkan diri kita, gosok gigi lah apa semua. Kita semua relax, menyandar macam apa tu, macam tenangkan diri lah kan, terlanjur exercise belum start. Jadi bila abang bro tengah lipat-lipat tu, 6 lebih, bilik sebelah tu member one of the members, one of the Muslim soldier come in. Bro, semalam bro ada dengar apa tak? Mesti aku dengar bro, aku dengar ada bunyi azan. Kan, kau dengar kan? Aku ingat aku suruh dengar, dia kata. Badi aku pun dengar. Kata apa, pukul 2 pagi. Oh bro, kau punya 2 pagi. Badi dengar 3 lebih. Wah, macam. Jadi kita pun tak nak say so much lah, pasal ni azan kan. So okay, then after that lah 7 plus 8 o'clock exercise start. Semua kita bertembak-tembak, pukul 6 lebih exercise cut. Then habis semua kita wash up semua. Malam tu kita tidur lagi same place, sebab kita punya barang-barang semua dah standby kat situ. So kita semua ada spot kita semua, kita dah lepak ni kali, kita more relax kita dah biasa dengan tu bilik that building. So ni kali second night. So bila nak tidur tu, abang bro teringat yang the last night kan ada bunyi azan. Then I hope maybe this time round tak ada bunyi azan lah. Bunyi azan pukul 2 pagi tu, ke 3 pagi tu lain macam seram dia. Okay, jadi bila malam tu tertidur, abang bro rasa kaki abang bro, kan kita tidur macam apa orang panggil, menunjul, bukan menyerap, terlentang. Jadi kita kaki all the way down, kita mau pakai boot malam. Abang bro rasa macam ada orang sendong kaki abang bro. Then abang bro sadar. Abang bro nampak diri lelaki tau. Dia macam bentuk lelaki. Dia diri tengok kita semua. Dia abang bro tengok ingat sarjan. Dia abang bro perhatikan lah tengok. Sebab kadang-kadang ni sarjan ni suka kidnap kita punya weapon ni, malam nak test kita punya alertness. Jadi abang bro nampak, perhatikan, abang bro confirm ini abang bro punya soldier mate lah. But dengan dia masih pakai baju number 4, baju army. After that dia menuju ke tingkap. Dia realise that it's one of my section mate. Then after that dia menuju ke tingkap. Kalau abang bro tanya, tu sadar abang bro, bro, what happened? Why? Dia kata, you know, bro, just now while sleeping, I saw something fly past the window. Something fly past the window, then you go and stare. I cannot sleep already after that because I scared. Then but I want to know what is that. Abang bro pun bangun lah. Abang bro bangun. Abang bro pun menuju ke tingkap tu. Tingkap dia tak ada besi lah kan. Tingkap is just plain bangunan structure. Jadi abang bro dengan dia tengok. Waktu itu about 1 plus in the morning. Then I told him, bro, I think better sleep lah. Maybe animal or birds or whatever, just fly past our building. Dia tanya abang bro, got birds flying around at night? I say, I don't know. From what I learned, no lah. Of course no. Then what is that? Then bro, I think you better sleep bro. No need to find out. And then abang bro, while kita berbual kat tinggal tu, abang bro ni rumah dah ternaik lah. Jadi bila kawan abang bro ni, kita nak bergerak daripada tingkap, dia stop balik, dia pusing balik, dia nampak kita ada jeep kan tu. Dia nampak ada benda diri sebelah jeep. Dia panggil, bro. Dia abang bro tengok lah. Kita nampak, tapi bukan perempuan bukan macam lemah kebun, dia warna hitam besar. Dia diri sebelah jeep tu. I don't know what to say. It's freaking me out lah. Okay. Then dia kata, what is that, man? I say, bro, I think something not belongs to our world lah. Then bila abang bro cakap gitu, benda tu bergerak lah, carry on moving around. Then walk away from the jeep to the tree tunnel, and all the way to the oil plantation. Then my friend look at me, wow. He said he don't know that he's so brave to stand there and look, but he believed that thing is not human. I say I agree. Then I told him, okay lah, never mind lah, go and sleep lah. Just hope that the thing never disturb us further. So kita pun after that I go back to my sleeping place. Dia pun tidur. Dia sama section kan. Dia tidur, then abang bro pun tidur. Besok pagi abang bro highlight this to Sarjan lah. Because Sarjan part bawah first floor kan. So Sarjan D apa tu, Sarjan, last night we saw something around there. Then he say, wait, so I saw what? We saw like something, a big figure, big dark black figure, standing in our jeep. Before that, Tong saw something fly past through our window. He said quite huge. Then after that, he go and try to go to the window and see. Then I saw him go to the window because he accidentally touched my leg. Then after that, I go and ask him. Then we both saw something stand, very big, like maybe like hairy. I don't know whether it's Bigfoot or gorilla, you know, but it's damn big and damn huge. It's taller than the jeep. So he was standing at the jeep. After that, he walked to the tunnel and then slowly walk off to the oil plantation. Then when I told Sarjan about it kan, bila abang bro bilang Sarjan pun wow, scary because dia tidur first floor tu ada door. That door is actually facing the track and the tree tunnel jeep all that lah. Jadi so itu pengalaman abang bro waktu Pulau, yang first tempat tu building. Okay, then after that we go back to our camp at western area of Singapore because every 2 weeks we are having exercise. Then sometimes at the Pulau, at the island atau sometimes at the Jurong side tu, Lim Chu Kang. Then after a while, after few weeks or months if I'm not wrong, we come back to that place again. Kali ni kita ada mission lain. Kita punya mission kali ni kita tak tidur 4 Februari punya bangunan lagi. Kali ini kita semua tidur tempat sekolah lama Melayu. How do I know sekolah Melayu? Pasal abang bro nampak dia punya apa tu, gerbang dia tu dah pecah, dah lusuh, tapi dia SEK, sek. Okay. Betul, design dia macam ada bunga-bunga sikit kat kiri, tapi dah pecah, tergantung. Then dia punya structure macam rumah. Ingat tak cerita Pendekar Biar Lapuk yang Aziz Sudin dengan Ramli nampak Cikgu Ros kan? That type of structure. Jadi abang cakap, oh this is the famous school, the old Malay school at that Pulau. Jadi kali ni after the mission exercise, so we all were given a place in one of the classroom to sleep. Tapi kali ni pasal kita, the exercise is bigger, kita kena buat guard duty. Jadi 4 days 3 night kena guard duty. Then abang bro kena on second night guard duty. So abang bro dengan buddy abang bro ni kena guard duty tu. Abang bro kena waktu 2 to 4. Abang bro paling tak suka lah kena guard duty 2 to 4. I don't mind 10 to 12 atau 12 to 2. 2 to 4 macam tengah-tengah, macam nantuk lah, 12 to 2 you tidur, kan, after bangun to 4, after 4 to 6 you have to sleep again, to recover your energy. That period is the most penat lah. So abang bro dengan buddy abang bro ni, kita dah tak fikir, kita tahu kita kena bangun, kita kena jaga tu compound of the school. Pasal kita semua takut. Dia kata apa tau, kita punya apa tu, CSM cakap in case of wild boar. So if got wild boar, we can just make so much noise so that wild boar can run off lah. I don't know whether that's the true reason because so far kita apa tu latih kat sana adalah nampak, tapi jarang sangat lah. Okay, so the boys yang 12 to 2 punya team tu, diorang dah habis duty, diorang kejut kita lah along the way. Jadi kita bangun, me and my buddy bangun, kita memang dah tahu kita punya route. Okay, jadi bila kita route ni, kita kena pusing, simple, dia dekat. So kita punya job is turn, look around the compound, the perimeter of the school. Then we make sure that the punya gate pagar, gate kayu dia tu is always closed. Then we just round. After that we can just chill, lepak, and then round. They don't give us specific instruction. So all we know is to make sure that no intruders come in. In case of wild boar, we make noise, and that's all. Jadi bila abang bro dengan buddy abang bro ni duty, abang bro dah ngantuk, buddy abang bro pun ngantuk. Jadi kali ni abang bro sedang macam duduk tergini lah, betul ngantuk. Sekali buddy abang bro pun, bro, wild boar, I saw a boy. You saw a what? I saw a boy in a singlet with a Bermuda pants. You don't play bro. Serious bro, I saw a boy there. He going to behind this one wooden hut in front of our place where we sitting down. Behind the hut. The thing like peeping at me, Then I told him, how big? He said about around 7-8 years old. Oh. Okay, abang bro cakap, bro, I think nobody here is very short as though we are 7 years old. All of us here are adult. He said, bro, seriously bro, I saw the burger peeping at us behind that hut. Then I realised that, somebody look at us. Then I thought it's a ghost lah, And suddenly I saw a little boy there. Then abang bro terus babi hantu tu terbangun lah. Okay, which part? So I look. Abang bro tak tengok, tak nampak. Tengok, tak nampak juga. Dia pun kata, I don't just saw behind, want to check. Okay lah, let's check lah. Anyway, we have to do our duty kan. Anyway, abang bro cakap, kalau pun tu benda bukan orang, kecil kan, 7 years old. Alah, apa lah. Okay lah, let's go. So me and my buddy walk towards the hut. It's a small hut. The hut tu dia macam storeroom lah. They put all the storing item lah, something like that lah. I also don't know what is inside the hut lah. But all I know is the hut is the door is closed. So kita menuju ke belakang hut. So abang bro sampai ke belakang hut, abang bro tengok lah. Ada apa tu, perimeter dia kan, nothing. Then my buddy was nothing. Then I told my buddy, you go there, I go there. So we go, because it's just a small hut. So I go this way. We saw each other. So we never see the boy. We never see this thing called boy. Then after that, bila abang bro, come lah, I think you dream lah, hallucinate. Jadi bila abang bro nak menuju balik tempat yang kita tadi lepak, kita tengok time baru 2:03, mesti orang mau tu go. Jadi kita menuju ke tempat tu nak lepak, abang bro pusing nak tengok gate lah, nak tengok gate tu, make sure that stay close. Ni kali abang bro terkejut bro. Abang bro nampak ada budak, macam budak pakai singlet dengan bermuda tu, macam dia duduk atas gate tu. Macam orang duduk atas gate, tergantung bertinggik atas gate. Wah, abang bro cakap, bro, what's that? Ni my body also. What? The thing there. Dia pun tengok, why? On the gate. No, I cannot see anything. Bro, sekarang abang bro ceritakan ni, abang bro ni merinding gila ni. Abang bro nampak tak? Masih ingat lagi. Jadi abang bro pun tutup mata, gosok-gosok mata to make sure that I see correctly. Bila abang bro confirm again, tak ada. Then after that, I straight away tell my buddy, bro, I think I saw what. I also described to him, he wore a singlet. Dia pakai singlet, singlet putih. We nampak pasal kita ada cahaya bulan kan. And then kita pun ada some artificial light. Dia kata, yes. Then kelakar dia kata, you look like Malay, right? You look like Malay boy, right? Then yeah, you look like Malay boy. So naturally, I believe this school, maybe the spirit of the former student of the school. I don't know, seriously. So, but after that we never see, tak nampak lagi tu budak tu. Then after that 4 o'clock we went to the next team on duty. We woke them up, and then they stay over from us. Nobody say anything. So that is the time that abang bro nampak. So that famous school, I don't know whether now, that time happened 1998. So start to sekarang ni, after how many years? 1998? More than 20 years. Whether that school still there, I don't know, seriously I don't know. Jadi abang bro abang bro harap lah you all those NS boys, kalau tempat tu masih ada, you all see the place or you all do training there, you all can comment and maybe describe the place, the structure, whether still there or not. Okay guys, that's all for today. I hope you all enjoy my stories tonight. Jadi so jangan lupa, kita jumpa next time, okay? Jangan lupa like, subscribe and press the notification bell. Assalamualaikum guys. What's up?